Once upon a time, in a cheerful little village nestled between green hills and sparkling streams, there lived a curious young boy named Benny. Benny was a sprightly little fellow with bright blue eyes and a head full of fluffy brown curls. He loved to explore the meadows, climb trees, and chase after fluttering butterflies. But most of all, Benny adored solving puzzles. They made his mind tingle with excitement. One sunny afternoon, while Benny was playing near a bubbling brook, he noticed something unusual. A plump green toad was sitting on a smooth rock, puffing itself up and then shrinking down again. Benny blinked in surprise. "What are you doing?" he asked, curious to learn more about the crafty creature. "Aha! I'm Tilly, the trickster toad," said the toad with a cheeky grin, its eyes twinkling like little stars. "I can change shape in the blink of an eye. Want to see?" Before Benny could respond, Tilly transformed into a tiny goldfish, swirling in the air before plopping back onto the rock. "See? Quite something, isn't it?" Tilly said proudly, leaping to the edge of the rock. "But I have a challenge for you, Benny. If you can solve my puzzles, I'll show you a special treasure that shines brighter than the sun." With a twinkle of excitement in his eyes, Benny nodded eagerly. "I love puzzles. What's the first one?" "All right," Tilly said, transforming into a tall giraffe, its long neck towering over Benny. "Listen closely. I'm thinking of something that has 4 legs and a tail, but it's not a cat or a dog. What am I?" Benny thought hard, scratching his head. Could it be a horse?" he exclaimed, smiling brightly. Tilly, impressed, jumped back onto the rock and clapped its webbed hands. "Correct! Well done, Benny. But this is just the beginning. For the next puzzle, Tilly morphed into a wiggly worm inching around on the rock. "What has to be broken before you can use it?" Benny giggled at the sight of the worm, but was determined to answer the riddle correctly. "That's an egg," he shouted, practically bursting with joy. "Right again," cheered Tilly, bouncing up and down with delight. "You are rather clever, Benny. For the last puzzle, let's see how smart you really are. I'm thinking of something that runs all around a backyard but never moves. What is it?" Benny scratched his chin, kinking harder than ever. It must be a fence." "Oh no, that's incorrect," Tilly said, transforming into a fluffy sheep and letting out a playful bleat. "The answer is a garden hose. But don't let that slow you down. You still did wonderfully." Benny felt the smallest twinge of disappointment, but he remembered how much fun they had enjoyed solving puzzles together. "Thanks, Tilly. This has been the best time ever." Tilly beamed back, but then it crossed its arms and raised an eyebrow. "Well, since you didn't get the last one right, you need to share something about yourself with me before I show you the treasure." Benny paused. His cheeks turned a bit pink. He never went around sharing personal thoughts. All right, I'll tell you. My favorite thing is solving puzzles, because they make me feel smart and happy." Tilly's grin softened, and it changed into a friendly dog wagging its tail. "You see, Benny? Sharing opens up new connections." Benny couldn't help but smile back at Tilly, realizing how much the toad wanted to know him, and how unique that felt. "Okay, Tilly, you should share something about yourself." Tilly took a deep breath, looking a little shy as it transformed into a wise-looking owl perched on the rock. "I love playing tricks, but sometimes I can be a bit lonely. It's nice to have someone to share my puzzles with, even when I'm a trickster." Benny felt warmth spreading in his heart. "You're so interesting, Tilly. Let's be friends." With that, Tilly flapped its wings, and in a lovely swirl of sparkling dust, it transformed back into its toad self. "And as friends, I'll show you the treasure I promised." Tilly hopped away to a shady patch behind the rock. There, beneath a blanket of vibrant wildflowers, lay a shimmering golden box. "Here it is, Benny. It's not what you expect." Benny's eyes widened as Tilly opened the box. Inside, it wasn't gold or jewels, but something even more precious, a collection of colorful puzzle pieces. Each piece sparkled in the sunlight, and Benny could hardly contain his excitement. "Wow, Tilly, thank you. I can't wait to put these together." But then Benny hesitated. "Wait, I don't want to keep them all to myself. How about we build a big puzzle to share with everyone in the village?" Tilly looked amazed as it transformed into a bouncing bumblebee, buzzing excitedly. "That's a fantastic idea, Benny. Together we can make everyone smile." So Benny and Tilly gathered the villagers. They spread the colorful puzzle pieces on a great big table in the town square. Everyone came to join in. With laughter echoing through the air, they worked together side by side, fitting the pieces together, telling stories, and sharing their ideas. As the sun began to set, the puzzle finally completed. A beautiful picture of a sun rising over the hills, symbolizing friends and joy. That night, with the stars twinkling above them, Benny could hardly stop grinning. He learned something very special. Sharing not only spreads happiness, but it also brings people together. Benny turned to Tilly, who was now stretched out as a perfect little rest house toad. "Thank you for the puzzles and for being my friend." Tilly shrugged its little shoulders happily. "Thank you for sharing the treasure with everyone, and with me, Benny." And so, Benny and Tilly continued their friendship, filled with funny puzzles and silly shape-changing tricks. They always remembered that sharing made their lives brighter and that friends are the best treasure of all. And they lived happily ever after. The moral of the story is, sharing with others not only brings joy to you, but also helps build friendships that last a lifetime.